I'm gonna let the video upload right quick. All right, I'm the Shock Exchange, and this is Trump and the G, of course. I'd like for everybody to subscribe to the channel, like and share the videos. We know people are interacting with our content, but refuse to share the information for some reason. So this is Joanne Reid televises disinformation about Trump and Fani Willis, and I'm sure a lot of people know that Trump is going through a RICO trial down in Georgia, pursuant to his alleged election interference with the 2020 election, as brought on by Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis, who's making a big name for herself. She brought RICO charges on some high school students and teachers in a well-known cheating scandal down in Atlanta. Everything appears to be RICO with this lady. If some third graders have a lemonade stand after hours, it's racketeering. She's investigating Young Thug and YSL as a gang. She's accusing them of being a gang. She's investigating them for racketeering as well in Atlanta, Georgia. So I understand the case with Young Thug is so large and voluminous that the court is having trouble swallowing it. It's using up a lot of resources in Fulton County, a lot of taxpayer resources, and it's jammed up the court. The case has been going on for a year now. Some of these people have been locked up for a year. Like Young Thug and some of the other defendants have been behind bars for at least a year. And some people expect the case to go on till about 2027. The judge is so frustrated that he's going to have these. He's threatening to have the attorneys have the trial on weekends just to catch up and just to speed the case along. That's how voluminous the case is, and it's so large that it's unwieldy and cumbersome, and it's using up a lot of the state's resources. Now, I can only imagine how much of Fulton County resources this Trump racketeering charge is going to take up, because there's several co-defendants, at least 15, 16, including Trump and Rudy Giuliani, who's the expert on RICO. He brought racketeering charges against a lot of mobsters in New York when he was I think he was DA in New York, in Manhattan. So before he was the governor, before he was the mayor. So I'm going to show you a video of Joanne Reid of MSNBC, who's the queen of disinformation, and that's why we started Trump and the G, to put out real information and to put out real news and not fake news like on Joanne Reid and MSNBC. But I'm going to show you a video of her putting out disinformation about Trump, who's on the campaign trail, discussing Fani Willis and her alleged relationship with a gang member in Atlanta area.
Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis, who was investigating Donald Trump's alleged efforts to overturn his election loss in Georgia, is expected to present her case to a grand jury next week. So, of course, Trump is lashing out at her as his fourth indictment looms.
They say there's a young woman, a young racist in Atlanta. She's a racist. And they say, I guess they say that she was after a certain gang and she ended up having an affair with the head of the gang or a gang member. And this is a person that wants to indict me. She's got a lot of problems, but she wants to indict me to try and run for some other office.
Okay. So all of that was bogus and completely untrue. But let's just pause on the part where he accuses Willis of having an affair with a gang member. Why would he think that or say that? And why would he put that baseless claim in a campaign ad released last week?
Biden's newest lackey, Atlanta DA, Fani Willis. So corrupt, Willis got caught hiding a relationship with a gang member she was prosecuting.
I know it's wrong, but it feels so...
Shake a leg. The brainstorm's kicking off in the boardroom.
No.
Again, bogus, baseless, and completely untrue. Moments ago, NBC obtained an email sent from Fani Willis to her staff responding to the Trump ad. She slammed the ad as derogatory and false and urges her staff to remain focused. The ad tries to add legitimacy to the claim by sourcing a Rolling Stone article from January, written by music and culture writer Andre G. Here's the article, which talks about how Fani Willis back in 2019 served as defense attorney to an Atlanta-based rapper named YSL Mondo. Now, here's the context. Mondo is a co-founder of the rap group YSL Crew, whose most famous member is rapper Young Thug, who now prosecutor Fani Willis has indicted along with multiple members of the YSL Crew in a sweeping RICO case that alleges that they are not a rap crew, they are a gang. See where this is going? And note again that Willis was not Mondo's prosecutor at the time, as the Trump ad claims. She was his defense lawyer. The Rolling Stone piece does not in any way say or even suggest that the two had a relationship outside of their professional one, meaning Trump is doing what Trump does, taking a fragment of something that is true, that Fani Willis knows YSL Mondo, and twisting it into a perverse false claim in order to defame and discredit her in a way that is particular to her being a woman, and a Black woman at that. And with Trump, it's rarely clear whether he actually believes the lies he tells, since history has shown us that he'll believe anyone who confirms his silly putty logic and tells him what he wants to hear. And in this case, Trump isn't the only one peddling this false claim about Fani Willis. A Trump-supporting, not so respectful of women, hip-hop podcaster named DJ Akademiks has a role in spreading this lie as well. He promoted the claim on X Twitter today. Here he is with Trump at a UFC fight in April. Now, we on the show are not saying DJ Akademiks is who played the John Eastman, Rudy Giuliani role in this lie that Trump has adopted. I'm just saying with Trump, any bad source is possible. Joining me now is Paul Butler, MSNBC legal analyst and a former federal prosecutor, and the aforementioned Andre G., staff writer for Rolling Stone. Before I get to you, Andre, for 1 second, I just have to ask you, Paul, because I asked you off camera, I want to ask you on camera. That is a lie that Donald Trump is telling, and he told it in an ad. Fani Willis is a public figure. I know it's usually hard for a public figure to sue for defamation, but could she?
It's a really high standard. Ironically, it's conservatives who are trying to lower the bar. But this is an outrageous lie. It actually could get DA Willis disbarred. It's unethical to have a relationship with a client, but it didn't happen. It's just another one of his racist dog whistles, just like he called DA Alvin Bragg an animal. Racist is his insult of choice for Black prosecutors. He called DA Bragg and also Letitia James, the New York State Attorney General, racist as well, when we all know who the real racist is.
Yeah, flipping that word on its head. Oh, Andre, welcome to the show. So your article is what Donald Trump is using kind of as the basis for this claim. You wrote about the relationship, such as it was, between Fani Willis and YSL Mondo. What was that relationship?
Yeah, so Ms. Willis, she represented Mondo during a 2019 aggravated assault case during a brief stint where a brief break from her prosecutorial career where she had her own practice. And yeah, she represented him. She was was his defense attorney. But yeah, I want to be clear, like at no point during our conversation or in my report did he imply that there was anything romantic that went on between them. He said that they had like a mother, son, auntie, and nephew kind of relationship at points. Like she was a mentor figure. She, you know, would give him advice, I guess, to keep him on the right track, so to speak, here and there. But again, there was no implication of anything unethical during their relationship, their professional relationship.
And there's even like a piece to your story where she kind of warns him, you know, stay on the right path because, you know, if I go back to be the prosecutor, I'm gonna come for you. Like trying to tell him don't get in trouble. So it's like, yeah, this is like a auntie kind of relationship. But to imply that it's some sort of sexual relationship seems really bizarre. But really to stay with you for a second, Andre, this is not the only kind of hip hop connection to Florida, to the Georgia connection to Donald Trump's attempts to overturn the election. I mean, at one point, Kanye West's publicist is who is going after these two Black women who are doing nothing other than being good citizens and attempting to, be Georgia election workers, for which there's now a lawsuit. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, in late 2021, there were, like you said, there were two women who, Ruby Freeman was one of the women who alleged that Kanye West publicist came to her house.
Okay, so in the video, Trump, when he discussed Fani Willis, he said she had a relationship with a gang member. He never said which gang member. He never mentioned YSL Mondo. So let's make sure we're clear about that. So now I'm gonna go to DJ Akademiks. Here's the DJ Akademiks on his live stream discussing Trump and the alleged gang member. I'm gonna try to share my screen.
Trump repeated your rumor during his rally today? No, he didn't. About the Atlanta DA sleeping with Big Nut? No, he didn't. Oblivion, stop playing. Who Young Thug got killed at? Look at Thugger Daily. Wait. Hey, no disrespect to everybody involved. We're gonna be switching gears. Thugger Daily? No way. Big Uncle Trump said some shit. Oh, here we go.
They waited, and I probably have another one. They say there's a young woman, a young racist in Atlanta. She's a racist. And they say, I guess they say that she was after a certain gang and she ended up having an affair with the head of the gang or a gang member. And this is a person that wants to indict me. She's got a lot of problems, but she wants to indict me to try and run for some other office. What's going on in this country is, and by the way, wants to indict me for a perfect phone call. This was even better than my perfect call with Ukraine.
Oh shit! Somebody says the rumor
they waited,
that
and I probably have another one. They say there's a
that Fani Willis slept with the head of local gang named Donovan Thomas has existed for a while already. I've seen no real evidence about it, but Akademiks repeated a couple months ago, saying he heard it from a reliable source. Hey, let me tell you how this. And by the way, Megan Cunniff. Now we've cut you out of hip hop. Everybody and start wilding now and you start pushing your liberal agenda, fuck you. We ain't got time for that. Anyway, somebody's so I'll connect it to this. When I talked about the discovery or the DNA in Tory's case, and yes, I did say this is a fact. I talked about allegedly some people have said Fani Willis may have had some type of relationship with Donovan Nut Thomas. That's why she's kind of very keen on prosecuting people. Here's the thing. I won't tell you the 10 people who told me. I'm not giving no fucking names. I'm not 6ix9ine. I'm not none of them niggas. Listen, you're going to have to fucking twist my arm, bring me in on a subpoena, and you're going to have to fucking force me under oath to speak about why I've said these things. And even then, I might be like, maybe he's a guess. Okay? But everything I've ever said, and I see it repeated here, I ain't talking on my ass. Y'all should know. Act don't be talking out of his ass. Okay? It says Fani Williams certainly has a personal relationship with Donovan Thomas Jr. mother, and that's a fact. I ain't gonna get too much into that. Trust me, I was not speaking on my ass then. What I will say about this stuff so far is that here's the thing. Fani Willis, I think it's gonna be interesting with Fani Willis in the new YSL Mondo arrest. Fani Willis used to be a defense attorney. She defended YSL Mondo. He was allegedly a co-founder of YSL. She later on becomes the head prosecutor of Fulton County. She charges YSL. Who does she leave out of the charging document? YSL Mondo, who's supposedly a co-founder. Remember, there's no mystery in his history. By the way, I don't want him to get convicted. But here's the thing, and this is why you could realize there might be some corruption. Why does she not charge YSL Mondo? Well, it becomes a conflict of interest because Fani Willis defended YSL Mondo in a gun case and actually two cases before. So basically, she knows information about him that he shared, tried to beat his case that could possibly taint an indictment. So what did she do? Not charge YSL Mondo. I still believe to this day the reason why YSL Mondo was never charged, she knew that when she was a defense attorney, she represented them. That's why she did it. However, now we're getting to realize Trump. And by the way, I don't think Trump got his people watching my stream. He's doing his homework.
That you for a perfect phone.
Okay, so that's important because DJ Akademiks discusses a alleged relationship between Fani Willis and Big Nut, Donovan Thomas, not YSL Mondo. So he's making it seem like the relationship with Big Nut, not YSL Mondo, as Joanne Reid alleged on MSNBC. And he's also saying that she defended YSL Mondo, but didn't include him in the RICO case. So what relationship she has with YSL Mondo may have never been disclosed. That could be the relationship that was not disclosed. Nobody ever accused, Trump never accused Fani Willis of having a romantic relationship with YSL Mondo, nor did DJ Akademiks. So now we're going to get to another video. And you have to excuse the language, but this is a video involving Young Thug's father. I'm going to let him speak. All right?
See that video? Yeah. That's Fani Willis. Okay.
Let me see, Fani.
More research. I'm not as versed as I should be. Representing Young Thug. She represented YSL Mondo. YSL Mondo. One of the only guys that's not in the RICO.
Yeah.
He's the only guy that's not in the RICO. And it's because she represents. I just have 2 questions. I appreciate it. Thank you, brother. I hope that.
So let me ask you.
Wait, hold on. Let me just take a picture real quick. Stop talking. Talking the real shit. They keep. Wait, let me put the flash on real quick. Yeah, a lot of.
Now, come talk to me, because I've been with Thug before they came with the YSL now. So let me ask you, the rumor between Willie and Nut, you think it's true?
Yeah, right? That is true.
So you really think she messed with Nut?
My son, because it's personal. She's trying to make my son his killer. When they know who his killer is. Free Young Thug. 2 of the guys in prison right now.
Which one your son?
Free Young Thug. Thug is my son.
Hey, we need to
free Big Jeffrey. You Big Jeffrey.
Hey, business.
Hey, I called it out. Look. I called it out for you turn, Big Jeffrey.
This is business.
With the young man named.
So
Nut is the young man who they've been mentioning in the case since they.
Donovan Mitchell. They call him Donovan Nut.
Yeah.
So
I said it. You said YSL Mondo, right?
Yeah. Okay.
They don't know what's going on, man. Talk to me, man. But so you think that's gonna help the case with that information being put out there?
Trump to have that information because
he called it out already.
He don't want to argue. I gave them that.
See,
it ain't shame to say it. I'm gonna give him some more.
I had some people out there that was sitting there saying that he made it up.
Nah, I met one of his colleagues and I told them the story in the courthouse.
Okay, I just have 2 questions. Hold on.
Growing up in Alaska.
So this is important. This is allegedly Mr. Young Thug's father. He said at the end of the video, I gave him that. So Trump has information on Big Nut and Fani Willis. And Young Thug's father said, I gave him that. Now I'm going to give him some more. He says, I met one of his colleagues in court. This is coming from Young Thug's father. He was the one he's the source of information who gave Trump the information about an alleged relationship between Big Nut and Fani Willis. So, to recap, at the top of the show, up top of the MSNBC show with Joanne Reid, Trump alleged that there was an affair between Fani Willis, a rumored affair between Fani Willis and a gang member. Joanne Reid said that the ad said she had a relationship with a gang member she was prosecuting or whatever. He said she had a relationship with a gang member. He didn't say which one. And he never said YSL Mondo. He just said a gang member. Fani Willis discredited. He said that he got the information from a Rolling Stone article, and then he had a lawyer on there who mentioned something about defamation charges against Trump, that he could be allegedly defaming Fani Willis. And again, MSNBC said Trump got the information from a Rolling Stone article. The actual ad said that she was hiding a relationship with a gang member. Didn't say which one. A gang member she was prosecuting, whatever. Never say which gang member. And so then we go to DJ Akademiks, who said that Fani Willis was defending YSL Mondo, but when she made the RICO charges, she made the RICO charges against YSL and Young Thug and members of YSL, but didn't charge YSL Mondo. And that could be a relationship that she's hiding, or she didn't want people to be aware of, but it's out there now. And then lastly, Joanne Reid said that the information said there was disinformation from Trump and also disinformation from DJ Akademiks. DJ Akademiks only talked about Big Nut, never mentioned that, anything about a relationship or romantic relationship with YSL Mondo. And then at the end, then we kind of find out the source of information for all this came from Young Thug's father, who clearly said, I gave him that, and I'm going to give him some more too. That he met one of Trump's colleagues in court and told him the story. So apparently, Young Thug's father is the source of information. But it's all, this information is moving very quickly, and I know Joanne Reid wants to put information out there. There's a lot of moving parts, and she wants to, get sources from Rolling Stone and get legal experts to weigh in on the fact pattern. However, in this case, she got the fact pattern wrong. And this is disinformation involving Trump and Fani Willis. And I know nowhere in the video, any of these videos that Miss Willis deny any relationship with Big Nut, as people are saying. Just denying there hasn't been any fact pattern or any nexus between a romantic relationship with her and her client, former client. So I think this is something that a serious journalist would get to the bottom of, would go back and look at the fact pattern. If something's been reported wrong or televised wrong, then Joanne Reid should issue a retraction and an apology to Mr. Trump and to DJ Akademiks. So this is the sort of sloppy reporting that MSNBC puts out and Joanne Reid puts out, anything to besmirch Trump. So she's accusing Trump of using any bad information that fits his narrative. She's actually doing the same thing she accused Trump of, using disinformation, anything that sounds good, to fit a narrative that Trump is lying and Trump is defaming people and Trump is racist and Trump is going after this black lady. And that he's defaming people and making up stuff as he goes along. And she's basically doing the same thing she's accusing Trump of. So a real journalist would issue a retraction. A real news organization like MSNBC purports to be would issue a retraction and an apology to Donald Trump and to DJ Akademiks. So that's Trump and the G. Joanne Reid televises disinformation about Trump and Fani Willis. Thank you for listening. Thank you.